what Horizons has meant to me, truly, I think it's really been a time to realize that sometimes in life you need to take a step back and be a little more introspective. And what I mean by that is, like, you get caught up with the world and work and doing things, but sometimes you don't realize that in the process of that you are stepping back and not remembering what truly matters, and that's being in service to your fellow man. So I really enjoyed today, the last day, Saturday, because we got to do that service project, and service is something that really does actually mean a lot to me. I think, a lot of people do things for themselves, and by doing service, you're doing things for others, but you're also getting that same fulfillment back. And I think, to me, that's what Horizons is all about, is being able to take a step back and realize that you need to be in service of others in order to receive true fulfillment in life. It also is meant to me, taking another step back and thinking about the future. A lot of people don't ever do that. They don't visualize the future. They don't visualize how they are as a leader and how they can grow. And I think it's a really important thing to do, to have that program where you're able to meet with a bunch of other Sigma Chi's from all across the country and Canada, and be able to grow as leaders and develop what you want to do later on in life and how you're going to conduct yourself. Yeah, so that's what Horizons has truly meant to me, and thank you, Mark, for making all this possible. You're truly an amazing man.
To me, this week was a way to start looking at myself from a deeper perspective. It's by no means a end all be all. It is definitely nothing's finished, obviously, because that's what the whole thing's about. But to me, it really let me see where I'm lacking in my life and where I really need to personally grow. To me, the whole purpose of it was to really show you how you can grow into being a leader and make the most out of your life. But I think I got so much more out of this. It's put me in a place where I personally do not feel comfortable. I'm honestly very confused at this point, but in a good way, where I don't know exactly how much I want to make, for instance, spirituality a part of my life. But before this, I never even thought about it. And now it's allowed me to think more about what really this life could entail for me. And it's putting different pressures on me than I've ever had in my life. And that's a very good thing. And I'm very happy that I was able to have this awesome gift. And honestly, Horizons has been a great gift, but it's also been one of my biggest challenges. And I love that.
This was uncomfortable to where I gained comfort and felt like I was having a great time. But what it meant for me is it was a great learning and growing opportunity for me to learn who I am, reconnect with things that I had forgotten, and grow as a person, expand my leadership skills. Just a whole host of just learning so much in the most impactful and meaningful ways. And that's not even to bring up like off-roads. That stuff's life-changing, man. Like, don't change it for the world. I'll help think ways to refine it, as you asked earlier, trying to figure out ways to improve it. I've got a lot to think about, so this might come across a little rambly. It's just there's so much to take in. There's so much information. There's like literally hundreds of pages of just information that I've been given, and I need to slowly sort through all of that. So, I guess I'll just wrap it up here. In Hawk, brother, love you, man. Keep doing what you're doing. The world needs you. I think that's just a fact. That's just true. Like, don't stop. Like, you're needed. In Hawk, Mark, love you, man.
This week has meant a lot to me in terms of what I can bring back to my chapter. I think I've learned a lot, not only about self-accountability, but about striving to constantly make the chapter better. This week I've made a lot of lifelong friends, and I've been able to explore a variety of novel ideas that I may not have ever heard. I have been exposed to a lot of different readings, and I think I'm a lot closer to the ritual than I have ever been. That's one thing where my chapter's a bit shaky in terms of the ritual. There's a lot of guys that just don't necessarily show up, and I think that instilling the idea that of what Sigma Chi truly means is what will get them a greater appreciation for the chapter and will allow them to contribute more. Overall, this week I would say it's been a life-changing experience. At the very least, I came here and experienced an amazing place, but I've gotten so much more than that. I think I'm coming out of this as a different man, and I have goals for the future that have been very unclear about in the past.
We're so directed at improving myself, and I really got a lot out of it. And I'm really going to use a lot of what I learned, or at least really try and implement it into my real life. Mark, I really want to thank you, because I really wouldn't have got that unless you really pushed me, especially at the end there. And I really appreciate that. This whole week has been special. Just the guys, you, and the mountain, the environment we were in. It was all really special. And I just want to thank you again, because you were a big part of that. And I'll definitely be able to use some of the things that you taught me. And I'm really going to try and work on myself and not let myself go. But importantly, using mentors to help me with that self-improvement process, hold me accountable. Because you're right, I'm probably not strong enough to do it alone. So, but I'll work on that too. So, thanks, Mark. Connor, signing out.
This is Connor Martin, aka Bearcat, thinking about what this week has meant to me. So I have been a man who's gone on several retreats in the past, but this was nothing like I would have ever expected. It had great aspects of both leadership and vulnerability, which I think intersect very well. So it really focused on the whole person, and a lot of that happened in our small group, Silver Fox with Mark Smith. We all were able to be real with each other, experience authentic community, get to love one another, know one another, and just really bond with one another. And I think it's a true connection that we'll be able to carry with us throughout the rest of our lives. And that team aspect will be life-changing. It'll help us get through the tough times, to celebrate the good times, and ultimately form us to where we want to go, to help us accomplish that life quest. And that's something big for us to kind of map out. Not a lot of 20-year-olds have that mapped out, but so to force college kids to do that really puts them in their place, gets them reflecting, and crafts true leaders. This has been an experience I've never felt before. I cannot believe how this went down, and I'm very thankful for what has happened, especially in regards to my faith. Mark and the rest of my small group have been very encouraging for me to kind of revitalize my passion for my faith, pray more, meditate more, read more, and just kind of like speak more on God's behalf and to serve Him. And so I think that's my biggest takeaway from this week, is that I need to focus on my faith foundation and really reflect and meditate and pray to God and give thanks in order to fully live out my life and be a leader that this program so accurately shaped for me to do. I used to say that I am already in debt to Sigma Chi. I changed my major after pledging, but now I feel even more in debt, and this has been one of the greatest experiences of my life, and it will continue to change me and mold me to be the leader that I want to be. So I thank you all.
All right, Mark, this is Griffin. What this week has meant to me, it's indescribable. It's, like you said, nothing that I will ever be able to experience again. It's just really amazing that 8 guys and you as our leader can come together, not knowing each other, and create such a bond just within 7 days of knowing each other. And I know I'm not the only one that looks forward to where all our relationships are going to be, where our relationship, me and you, Mark, will go. And it's really just, it's something so special and such a blessing to be in this position, to be a part of your group, this group, with these guys. It really is just a blessing, and I strongly believe that it happened for a reason, and for that reason, I'm very humbled. Something that I'm working on, humility. But it's sad to say that I'll never be able to experience something like this again. But it's bittersweet. I'll be able to continue these relationships, and that is where I'll get this taste of the memory of this week, what I went through, all the relationships we built, and everything we've come to today. And it honestly is just such an amazing week, such an amazing thing that happened in my life. And I really look forward to how our relationships, all of ours, are going to be in the future. I just really look forward to it.
Hey, Mark. Damn, where do I start? This trip has meant more to me than anything. I think everything I've learned, everything I need to work on, everything that I'm gonna get from this, I will never be able to what's the word? Like I said, I get at a loss for words when I talk out loud, but I don't think I'll ever be able to repay what you guys have done for me here. I have never felt this good in my whole life. I've never felt this confident. I never felt this positive. I've never felt this assured, this faithful. I got a lot I need to work on, but I think everyone does. And the only thing that comes to mind is that I am ready. I'm ready for whatever comes next. I really, truly am. And I couldn't have done it without you and all these other guys. I love you very much. And thank you for everything. Bye.